All right, so we back with another reaction video. This is why Steph Curry cried after Draymond's ejection. We finna get into it. I don't want y'all no longer. Y'all know what happened. He got ejected in like 2 minutes, and Steph couldn't believe it. So let's get to the video.
Orlando, Draymond Green.
Real quick though, shout out to AM Hoops. Y'all hit the subscribe button. I meant to say how many. 509,000 subs. Y'all go show him some love.
Was mad about a foul on Andrew Wiggins, so he gets in referee Ray Acosta's face and starts barking. Immediately teched up. Now he's really mad. Says, "Come on, man, we're having a conversation. What do you think I said? What do you think I said?" Now Steph's getting a little worried. One more tech and Dre is gone. So he gently pats Dre on the stomach like, "Okay, man, you made your point." Dre finally listens to Steph, but as he walks away, calls the ref a double tech out of the game. That is 21
Draymond nuts. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even go cap. Draymond kind of crazy.
ejections in Draymond's career, second only to Rasheed Wallace.
This is the craziest thing out. Outside of the Tim Duncan one where he got ejected for laughing on the bench, this might be the craziest. This is one of the craziest ones. I've seen some other crazy ones. I was gonna say the craziest, but I've seen Jordan Poole get a tech for handing the ball to the ref. Jay Tatum said, "Dang, I fouled him. He got a tech." Like I've seen some bad techs, but this is like
most in NBA history.
That one's
but we
one
haven't
of the.
seen this before.
That's one of the worst.
Steph can't believe it, and as he's walking back in, clearly starts crying. Tries to hide his face under his jersey.
But Steph, man.
Draymond has broken this man. Curry is such an even-keeled player. To get that reaction out of him is insane. But why was he crying? Some people think it's because the game was so important. The Rockets just won 10 in a row.
I think this man is fed up.
Play, and they need Draymond. No, this was not about the game. This is bigger than that. We only see elite athletes cry for 2 reasons. Oh, just a few more games down the stretch. More fun with the little underdog.
I ain't gonna lie though. I'm gonna watch this because he part of the Underdog fam. I'm sponsored by Underdog. Y'all gonna see my thing in here too.
Last week
I ain't gonna lie.
Fun because we won, but hey, win or lose, I only play just to have fun. It makes whatever game I'm watching a little more exciting when I'm playing Pick'em. Pick higher or lower for that game or my favorite players. You can up to 20x your money in a single night. I only try to 3x my money. I usually play conservative. My 2 picks. First up is Josh Hart. We're gonna go less on his rebounds and assists.
He probably lost that one. I ain't gonna. At San Antonio, that was today. Let me look. Hold on. I ain't gonna lie, we finna see if he won.
Is back. I think he's gonna dominate the boards. And then we got Domantas Sabonis. We're gonna go higher on his assists. This is almost a.
Ooh, we finna look. Hold on. We finna look at these stats. Yes, we are. Knicks. I'm sorry. We gonna get back to the video. I just got to see this though. Now he got me curious. Ooh, I know he hurting. Dang, my guy, man. I lost the picks, man.
It's a must-win game for the Kings, and Domas is the hub of their offense.
He went lower.
And
look,
best of luck on those picks.
He put in 100. He not playing around with these. Look at this. Josh Hart had 12 rebounds, 8 assists. It happened to the best of us.
If you are tailing, check out this match to see if Underdog is available in your area.
That's cool.
Always use the code AMHOOPS. You double your deposit up to $100. That is code AMHOOPS. One is winning a championship. LeBron broke down on the floor after winning one. If you win a chip, you're going to cry. The other time is when they're moved by family. Kevin Durant teared up accepting the MVP for his mom. Giannis cried when talking about his dad who had just passed. Isaiah Thomas
they did. Now, one of the they did Isaiah Thomas so dirty. It'd be hard for me to put trust into that organization, period. I don't care how cold I am. The way they did Isaiah Thomas with the absolute dirtiest, I feel like, off the top of my head, for as many people as I can remember, that's when they did him so cold. He did all this. He hurt his hip. His sister died. He played through all that. and they trade him the next summer.
Sister China died in a car wreck one day before a game. But Steph's tears were more about Draymond as a friend.
I don't even think
People
that.
said his career was over after choking
him out
and smacking Yusuf Nurkic. Dre promised to clean up his act, but Steph just realized in that moment he will never change. Just a few days before this, Dre pulled Patty Mills down by the neck and luckily didn't get called for a flagrant. It's just
that was crazy. Nah, that was
time
crazy.
before something really crazy happens again. But without Draymond, the Warriors held on in the second half because Andrew Wiggins was awesome. Gary Payton stepped up.
Oh, that was a
Steph
crazy
hit
one.
the dagger 3 and gave the night-night pose. After the game, Draymond hugged Steph for saving his butt. But if they lost that game, I don't think that hug happened.
He looks so evil. I don't think I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think the reason Steph was crying was because he realized his friend will never change. I think him realizing that he won't change is a little bit part of the reason. But I think he's crying. So maybe he's actually, I take that back. Maybe he's right. I don't think he was worried about Draymond though. Like he'll never change. I think he's pissed off that Draymond won't change. Like he keeps doing this. Like okay, you've had incident after incident after incident. You would think at some point you're gonna change, but no. When Draymond messes up, there's more pressure on Steph Curry. Steph Curry got to do way more on the court. He has to have way more responsibility when Draymond is out. So the fact that Draymond's just getting kicked out, I think Steph was pissed off. Like, I think he was mad. That's why he started tearing up, because he's pissed off. Like, why does this man keep doing this, man? And that's like...
But the win didn't stop the media from blaming Steph for Dre's ejection. Back when he got suspended in December, Stephen A. Smith was the first person to say, this is on Steph for bad leadership.
What about Steph Curry? You are the leader. If this were a teammate of LeBron James, we'd be asking LeBron, what you gonna do about it?
Now, at the time, that seemed like a crazy thing to say.
But it's actually
Draymond acting up rough.
Because Steph should have grabbed him. If we're being honest, Steph should have been as soon as he got that first take and he was walking to the ref. Instead of Steph giving him that little pat on, like, hey man, that's enough. He should have wrapped him up like this. Draymond wouldn't dare hit Steph Curry. If he hit Steph Curry, he'll be gone. He'll be out the man. Golden State will ship him off. He's not gonna be playing in the league. That you hit Steph Curry. If you hit Steph Curry, you're liable to hit any NBA superstar except Bron. Bron got him and Bron on a different type of timing. But look, Steph should have wrapped him up and pushed him out the way, like almost tackled him. He should have wrapped him up. All right, we're gonna get back to the video, but real quick, we gotta shout out the sponsor of today's video, Underdog. Underdog, a fancy sports app where you can play and win some money, man. So look, for example, Boston played the Pelicans. We're going to go with Jason Tatum, 26 points. This is what I'm going with. We're going to go Derek White, points, rebounds, assists, and 20. We need 24 or higher. And then we're going to go with Trey Murphy, 6 rebounds. This is what I'm going with. We'll put in 8 for 48. And that's what we're going to do. So click the link in the description, use the promo code Blair, and that will 100% match your deposit up $200. And you get a special pick when you sign up. Now back to the video.
Steve Kerr ripped Stephen A., saying he's an idiot. But does he have a point? I mean, LeBron would be held accountable.
LeBron would have grabbed him like this.
But whatever. I mean, Draymond came back from the suspension and played well. But that idea about Steph apparently caught on. Ex-player Jay Williams hinted that multiple NBA execs are now calling Steph out.
I'm getting texts from people that I really value their decision, right? High-level people. And what these texts are reading is, well, how about the leadership of Stephen Curry? That's where these conversations are going. And in my brain, right, processing information, Molly.
Wait, what do you mean? How about the leadership?
Because I'm not going to say Steph is a bad leader. I think everybody thinks he's a good leader. But when stuff like this happens, especially if Draymond is. Now, if you and Draymond aren't cool, you wrapping them up might not be good because, like, y'all aren't even on that. Y'all aren't even that close to be like, hey, man, don't touch me. You know what I mean? But if y'all are brothers like y'all say you are, if you wrap him up and you physically move him out of the way, he should be able to be like, okay, if Steph is doing this, then it's something.
Yes, right? For
He
him not
Steph
controlling Draymond.
See, because Steph low-key let Draymond just get ejected. Instead of moving, he should have physically moved him out the way.
Well, I don't even know what to make of that. I mean, does it mean that we think less of Steph as an all-time player?
I don't.
Okay, not in the top 10? I mean, I guess I can't imagine Michael Jordan crying because Dennis Rodman is acting out.
He would have grabbed
MJ
Dennis.
And Rodman weren't close like Steph and Draymond. Those guys grew up together
Jordan
in the
would have
NBA.
grabbed.
I don't hold this against Steph at all. But
Dennis
Draymond
Rodman.
barely apologizes for the things that he does.
He doesn't even think he did
anything
anything
he
wrong.
did say sorry for was putting Steph in this position the last time, and it's happening again. This was Dre the last time this happened.
Because he got crushed publicly for that, I'm going to apologize publicly. I sincerely apologize to Steph.
And then when he did it again.
For my actions, because that was a tough pill to swallow. You have turning points in life, you have turning points in careers, and I've decided for this to be a turning point for me.
And it was at first. Draymond not only promised to stop smacking people on the court, he promised to stop the antics, in his words. When he came back, the Warriors started rolling.
And
From
then the
first
antics
game
came
after
right
suspension,
back.
The Dubs went 14-6, dominating teams by 22, 23 points behind their D. With Dre on the floor, they became one of the best
they need
defensive
Draymond.
teams in the
That's
league.
what makes this
He is
hard.
averaging more points per game than he has in 6 seasons, shooting 39%
He's
from
not.
three.
I ain't gonna lie, Draymond is. And this, the thing is, it's not like Draymond like a bum. Like this is gonna sound disrespectful. It is what it is, man. You know how Dallas was looking at Grant Williams and they got him up out of there. They're like, "We'll ship you. You gotta go." Right? If this was Grant Williams doing this, it's like whatever. If you lose him, right? He plays some defense, but he's not. Draymond is literally a huge part of Golden State's defense. He's their best defender. I don't even think it's close, really. And he's not young, but he's their best defender. He's a great playmaker. Once Draymond's on the floor, they play completely different than when he's off the floor. That's what makes this tough. Because he just loses his mind. He's scoring a lot more, like he said. He's shooting a lot better. He's having a great year, but he doesn't get to play because he's punching people in the head. He's trying to knock people out. He's kicking people.
Clearly, their second most important player behind Steph. So for him to get ejected
really
4
is.
minutes into a gigantic game for the postseason is insane. Doing
He
the
didn't
same
even
thing
sweat.
over and over,
man
expecting
didn't
different
even
results.
sweat.
I mean, yes, it was kind of weak. I mean, he just kind of cursed at the ref while walking away. But, dude, you have to know your reputation. Second most ejections in NBA history. That's why Steph was patting him like, yo, settle down.
Nah, see, because if y'all are close, you got to push him away.
But he doesn't
Like,
get
you got to
it.
grab him
So
like, hey, man,
maybe
come on,
Steph
let's go.
broke down, realizing nothing can be done. People talk about bad leadership. How do they know Steph isn't doing everything he can leadership-wise behind the scenes, and this happens again, and that is why
it's a
he
bad
broke down.
look.
So
I'm
maybe
sorry.
if the front office comes to him this offseason about moving on from Draymond, he will now say, just do what you got to do.
Yep.
It did feel like a breaking point. But
Yeah,
if not
Steph is
Draymond,
done.
something
Steph is
big
done
is
with
coming.
Draymond.
The owner, Joe Lacob, said in mid-February, our plan 1 or 1A is actually we'd like to be out of the tax. And we think we have a way to do that. Oh, but there's only one way. That means the Warriors
rid
will
of
have
Draymond?
about a $30 million budget to try to re-sign Clay and Chris Paul and add someone else. That's not going to improve this team. Well, you
Nope.
want to run it back with Clay
They're
and
gonna
CP3?
break this whole thing
No
up.
way. They have to add a lot more talent. They don't have the money. Dub's barely a play-in team with this roster. They've got to shake it up. So the only way to do that is to move on from either Klay Thompson or Chris Paul. Klay is up for an extension and would have to take a gigantic...
Clay coming off the bench, though, but I'd get rid of Chris Paul, but
discount
man.
here. I mean, even if he took Draymond money, that is $24 million a year, almost their entire $30 million budget. Will Clay accept a lot less?
He has
if
to.
not,
He's not
Dewey's
hooping.
gone. The other problem, CP's contract. Or maybe it's a solution. The Dubs can pick up his $30 million and it becomes a trade asset for a big-time deal. You attach CP's money to, say, 2 first-round picks and 2 swaps. That exact deal lands them Jeremy Grant, Mikal Bridges, Julius
That would
Randle,
never happen.
But it
If they got Julius Randle, that
also
would be
means
horrendous.
keeping CP this offseason, which would get rid of Klay Thompson. But maybe the Dubs now look to trade Draymond Green. I know that sounds crazy
That
because
man
he
would
is
go to
so
the Lakers.
important to them. But what good is that
If he
he's
can't play?
constantly getting
That's
kicked
what I'm
out?
saying. He always
You
getting
almost
suspended,
never
can't
see
play.
elite athletes break down like Steph just did. So maybe something crazy like trading
Yeah, Steph
Draymond
done with-
might just happen. At least the young guys are playing well. That is really the only bright spot of this season for Golden
Yeah.
State. So I went ahead and did a redraft of the 2023 class. Brandon Podziemski, of course, is in there way above where he got drafted.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Steph, I think this was the breaking point. Steph's like, I'm done with Draymond. I can't do it no more. Once you get so mad that you start crying, cause like it was 6 minutes, nothing happened. Draymond just walked off. He was like, whatever. I get kicked out all the time anyway. Let me just get up out of here. The fact that this man Steph was crying lets me know he's absolutely done and fed up with that man Draymond. But look, that's it for the video. Make sure you like, comment, share, hit the subscribe button. Click the link in the description. Use the promo code Blair. $100 Magic Pot up to $100. I'll catch all y'all in the next one. Till then, I'm out. Peace.